NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Philadelphia Eagles. And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On play action, it's Carr. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Play action. Now it's Carr. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh finding the path to the QB there. Here's A.J. Cole now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Now Jones. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Looking for Ruggs again, and he's got him again. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him, or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
At the 13-yard line.
Here's Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are on the board first here in Vegas. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
7, Raiders nothing. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. And there's a typical run by Josh Jacobs, one where as a defender, you have to make a decision about how you approach him because he's awfully physical with the ball in his hands. 12 touchdowns on the ground last year after 7 as a rookie, and he was a 1,000-yard rusher in each of his first 2 seasons. Wouldn't surprise me with enough touches, he could easily crack the 1,500-yard mark.
Chris Jones, the all-pro defensive tackle, there to make the play defensively.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. On play action. Now Carr. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They overload him that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. So now Carr and the Raiders dealt a 3rd and long after that sack. Looking to throw. Carr. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with a throw to the safety valve, and it's 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. It got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
38 yards on the play.
Throwing Jones. On the move to his left. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's 2nd and 10. Running right, here's Sanders. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first-half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Now here's Johnson.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And the Eagles are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there for Philly.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Mike 9. Hey, we gotta get to Mike over there. Here we go, D, get off the field. Mike 9.
Now a play fake. Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Raider 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And a nice stiff arm. It opens room to run. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Throwing now is Carr. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darren Waller with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders get a score closer. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Jones on first down. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here comes Johnson on the return.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it. Yes. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
54's Mike.
Shotgun now for Carr. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down.
Hey, 734.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Now a play fake here on first down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Jones. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football. Worked so hard to get his feet down inbounds, trying to do the toe tap. My dad's an accomplished tap dancer. I'm not sure he would have gotten his feet in on that one.
Is he really, by the way?
That he is.
How about that? What about young Davis?
No, it did not cross.
It didn't carry over.
No, it stopped right there.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. The final shot here before half for Carr. Steps away to his left. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Garion Conley. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Both teams making their final adjustments before we get started once again. And for the call of the second half, let's send you back out to Allegiant Stadium in Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. They call it lack of skill. Whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
First down, Eagles.
They'll run with Sanders, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from TCU, Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard, need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against it.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Demarcus Robinson, 81 yards. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Sliding out of the pocket. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing in the colleges delivered to the NFL.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cottrell. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Quick throw caught out wide by Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Eagles! Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. To return it, Darius Phillips. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Now Carr. He finds his man Johnson. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
To throw, it's Carr. And his throw here's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Carr now to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the 1st. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off at the 45. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
At the 40-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Jones. Jones hit and the ball's out. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Throwing on third and long. Jones. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. Cottrell. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. His sixth touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Looking deep for Adams. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 49. Oh, my goodness. A little unconventional there on the return. A big loss after the interception, but they get the football. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now Jones. Throwing on first down. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And this is caught inside the 5. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. A big play there for Philly. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles are pouring it on. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Eagles 49, Raiders 14. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Returning it, Johnson. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. To throw on 2nd and 10. Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. It's a big play there for Vegas.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. 2nd and 10.
You're mine. Express. You ain't got nothing. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run.
Here's Carr. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Garyon Conley. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick-6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick-6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 37. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Jones. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch the screen. Pass. 47 is the mic. 47 is the mic. I hope you brought your refs because I'm about to take you to school. Undercrush, undercrush. 93.
Now Carr. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Flushed out right. Looking deep for Adams. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Jones now on 1st and 10. Going deep here for Watkins. And this one is incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
4 down. 7's a Mike. Mike 7. Hey, smash. Mike 7. Man out, man out, man out, man out.
Here's Jones on 3rd down.
Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Mike 7. Mike 60.
Jones on 1st down.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Cravon will block with a pick.
And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Escaping the pressure right. Man open is Robinson. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. On play action, it's Carr. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
They'll try to run it with Jacobs, and he is not going to make it to the end zone. And that's pretty reflective of their game as a whole, as they'll remain down by a bundle.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
All day, baby, let's go. Let's go. My 52, my 52. Hey, hey. Trap 60, trap 60. My 52, my 52. Double dog, that's the way.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got 3 down. Sponge.
Now Jones. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Philadelphia, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time.